Good evening, Grenada. Good evening, Jamaica. Good evening to our friends from across the Caribbean. Tonight is a very special night as we embark on a very special Project Ascension, Rise Jamaica Telethon that's organized by the Rotary Club of Grenada. It's a telethon fundraiser to support the recovery efforts after Hurricane Melissa struck Jamaica, devastated Jamaica almost 1 month ago. And as the Rotarians are saying, together we can restore hope and we can rebuild lives. So let's begin this journey of compassion and solidarity. I'm your host, Francis Uriah Peters, and I have beside me my co-host.
I am Janice Lessie.
Okay, so Janice, now can you just right at the beginning give us the donation details that you have lined up for folks who would like to donate to the telethon?
Absolutely. There is no there is no telethon without banking details, right? So let's get that going. First of all, I want to mention that the Grenada Cooperative Bank is a major sponsor of this event. And so for electronic funds transfer, the routing number, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That is 6 zeros. So let's go with that. 0000233. That's the routing number. So if you're sending monies from overseas and from other territories, even locally, the routing number, to repeat again, 0000233. The account name is Rotary Rise Jamaica Relief Fund, and the account number is 111-002544. The account type, checking. If you're doing in-branch deposit, the account name again is Rotary Rise Jamaica Relief Fund, and the account number would be 111-002544. That is the same account number.
So, Janice, I believe at this point in time that we have a number of donors who already contributed. Can you just share with our audience?
Absolutely, absolutely, and thank you so much to the donors. We have the Rotary Clubs of Grenada, Answer Coatings Limited, Antillean Group. We have Danny Williams and Company, Global Services Inc., Grenada Cooperative Bank, of course. We have the RBGL, Kim George and Associate, legal firm, Mitchell and Company, established business in St. George's. They did not give their name. We also have Renwick and Thompson, Real Value, Spice Island Automotive Inc. We have Calabash Hotel, the Grenada Development Bank. We have Daniel and Daniel Engineering, Sugar and Spice, the ice cream, Richard McIntyre, Netherlands Insurance. We have Infinity Inc. and Shelter Solutions.
Thank you. Well, we have a lineup of activities of speakers both here in Grenada and over in Jamaica. Can you give us just a little idea of this lineup, who we'll be hearing from?
Well, folks, it's going to be a telethon, but no ordinary telethon. The room is full of Rotarians. In fact, I'm going to jump the gun and introduce some very, very important people. Yes. We have the District Governor, DG Soraya. She's all the way from St. Lucia, and she's joining us here. Welcome.
My mother's from St. Lucia. Yeah.
Oh, yes, I know that. And then, of course, we have our current President, Julia. Thank you so much for being here. We have past President John Williams. We also have Rotarian Michael Terrelange. I hope I'm getting the last name correct, all the way out there in Jamaica. And not to mention, of course, people like Clarice Patterson from she's a media practitioner in Jamaica. We also have hailing from Grenada, now on assignment with the SIDIMA in Jamaica, Sylvan McIntyre. And so all these fine folks are joining us. And as Mr. Uriah Peters, I like to call him UU, we have a long history. We go back a long way. We'll be having performances here tonight. We have a local act, Zorina Ando. She's going to be singing, gracing us with her presence. We also have Sanaika McKee. We have Jefferson Ramirez. He might be dropping in. So folks, it is going to be an exciting telethon, and from time to time we are going to be reminding you of the account numbers where you can pledge your donation. If you're looking at us in the diaspora, welcome, share the link. It's so important that you share this link. And I will hasten to say that we are also having a surprise guest. I don't quite know who that guest is, but guys, stick around, share the link, WhatsApp, your Facebook, your X, Instagram, share this and let people know that this Rotary Telethon is happening to help with the aftermath of Hurricane Melissa.
So I think we have three beautiful Rotarians who I think going to open the innings. I think is Rotarian Julia Lawrence, we have Jennifer Robertson, and our Governor Soraya Awana Gustav. So, Janice, you're going to be the opening bowler. Asking the questions to those specific opening batsmen.
Okay,
so it's over to you now.
Okay, wonderful. So I have a question for, of course, our current President Julia. President Julia, what inspired our clubs to spearhead this telethon? I said our because I am a Rotarian myself.
Thank you. Good evening and good evening, everyone. It's certainly a pleasure to be on tonight when we can raise much needed funds for Jamaica. With me also is our President Jennifer from the Rotary Club of Grenada East. Yes? So this telethon is a joint initiative of both clubs. And as Rotarians, we are driven by our motto, service above self. And so it is a no-brainer. We have to jump in as people of action to help to restore the lives in our community, to build and to improve our community. We have been on the receiving end. We experienced, certainly I was a Rotarian. I was not a Rotarian when Ivan passed, but I joined shortly after that. But I'm aware of the benefits that Grenadians received and the roles that Rotarians across the region played in helping us. After Ivan, Emily, and certainly in most recent memory, Barry last year. And so, as one Rotarian put it, we cannot pay back, we're paying forward, yes? So it is with all this in mind that we came on board to be in solidarity with Jamaica, to give them hope and to help them rise again.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for that, President Julia. And let me, of course, acknowledge Mr. Peters, President Jennifer Robertson of the Rotary Club of Grenada East. And for those of you who don't know that, we have two Rotary clubs here on island.
Wow.
So we have this one down in the south for the Tongue people. And then we have the St. Andrews Club, and of course President Jennifer Robertson, she heads that club. So back to you.
Well, I think there's another question also for President Julia, because I think you have how does this initiative reflect Rotary's motto of service above self? It's the next question here.
Yeah, certainly, as people of action, service above self, we look to serve our communities. We look to improve lives in our communities. This year, the theme for Rotary, International Rotarians across the globe, is, and I have it here, yeah, Unite for Good. And so this is a classic initiative where we unite as two clubs, but we're also collaborating with our donors, with you, the public, in uniting for good, in improving lives in our community. Yeah? We're going to reach deep within and embrace humanity tonight as you make your donations. This is reflective of who we are as Rotarians, that we serve our community, we look to restore hope, to give hope to the people within our communities, and certainly, as I said before, to improve lives. So this is a classic example of how we can unite for good tonight with this telethon as we look to restore hope for the people of Jamaica as we help them to rise again.
Absolutely. And President Julia, I have another question for you. Can you share how the club has responded to past disasters and how these experiences, how they guide this effort tonight?
Certainly, we've worked with a number of disasters in recent past. Certainly, St. Vincent, recall. We did a lot of did water and food, etc. For St. Vincent and made those donations. We've had telethons in the past for, I think, Guyana, Dominica. Yeah, we raise funds through telethons, and this is what certainly propelled this, because those telethons in the past were quite successful, and so we're piggybacking on those. And we've learned from those experiences how we can, because oftentimes you have persons out there who are willing to give, and they're looking for an organization with credibility. And Rotary International, Rotarians, Rotary Clubs, we come with that credibility, where the monies that we collect from the community goes to the various charities that we're collecting for, whatever the initiative is. And so we know that people have confidence in us, and hence from our experiences in the past with those initiatives, we felt that this certainly was the right action for us to take in this case.
So my final question, President Lawrence, that what is the message of hope that you would like to send to the Jamaicans tonight?
People of Jamaica, the Caribbean stands with you. You're not alone, and we will do our best to ensure that you can rise again. Do not give up. Do not lose hope. We're here with you.
Thank you very much. So this time again, we want to make an appeal for those of you who are listening to us, looking at us. The telephone number that you can call is 473, that's 1473 444 2667. You can call to make a pledge. You say no amount is too small, no amount is too large. And Janice, can you give us the information for the electronic folks who wants to donate electronically?
Of course, of course. And again, a special good evening to you if you're just joining us, whether you were on GBN Facebook or all of the social media platforms, those of you in the diaspora, the United States, Canada, England, wherever you are, we are raising funds for the people of Jamaica in the aftermath of Hurricane Melissa. The donation contact number, in fact, the name of the telethon is Rise Jamaica Telethon. Of course, Jamaica will rise again. And here's how you can make your donations to the Cooperative Bank of Grenada. So if you're using EFT, that is electronic funds transfer, the routing number 0000233. So that is 6 zeros followed by 233. The account name, Rotary Rise Jamaica Relief Fund. The account number 111002544. Account type, of course, is a checking account. If you are walking into any of the Cooperative Bank branches locally here in Grenada, again, the account name, Rotary Rise Jamaica Relief Fund. Again, the account number 111002544. It's a checking account.
Thank you very much. I forgot to mention that there's one other guest that I forgot to mention, is the Honorary Consul for Jamaica here in Grenada, Mr. Tim Byam. He's supposed to be making an appearance here tonight. Yes. So, Janice, I'm going to turn over to you again for the questions to Jennifer Robinson, Rotarian Robinson. Okay. I think we have three questions for her, and you'll go with the first one.
No worries. So, President Jennifer, what specific needs in Jamaica are we hoping to address with the funds that we'll be raising tonight?
First, let me say good evening to the people of Grenada, to the people of Jamaica. As our President Julia said, we stand with you. We saw the opportunity to step in and to pay forward, because that is what Rotary is about. Now, based on our communication across the district, and in particular with our contacts in Jamaica, and later on we will hear from our own Rotarian Mike, who is chair and the lead of the Jamaica Disaster Response Group within the Rotary Club there. We have been receiving the updates so far of where they are seeing the greatest needs. At this time, we have not identified a specific need, but we are clear on where the funds would be channeled, because typically when Rotary steps in after a disaster, there are three things. You can meet immediate short-term needs, which is your immediate recovery efforts, the essentials that are needed to get people into some state of normalcy, continuity. And then there's always the medium and the long term. So right now, based on our reports from Jamaica, and we will hear later from Sylvan, we would hear later from Rotarian Mike, there's quite a lot still happening in terms of just trying to put the pieces together. But typically, Rotary would always assist with housing needs, temporary housing. We are very, very heavily focused on the whole issue of rebuilding lives and communities. So when that needs assessment is done, whatever is identified as what is most needed in that particular community, that is how we would then say, this is the best initiative to pursue at this time or not. And just to give you an example, we had our own beryl, which impacted Carriacou last year. And after doing that thorough needs assessment within 48 hours, I believe, our Rotarians were on the ground in Carriacou within 48 hours from the district, because there is a district disaster command center. And within 48 hours, they were on the ground doing that assessment. And coming from that assessment, liaising with the persons on the ground in Carriacou, we then came to the conclusion that the best initiative for Carriacou at that time was rebuilding of the senior citizens' home at Top Hill. So it's a process. So as I said, it's based on needs assessment, where the needs are greatest, where the impact is most needed, and where Rotary can ensure that the funds have contributed to rebuilding and to improving the quality of life.
So my next question is that how can you share how the club has responded in the past disasters, and how those experiences help to guide you in this present effort?
Yeah. Well, I think President Julia did share some of that earlier, especially when she joined the club, which coincidentally was just after Hurricane Ivan. So I think she was baptized into how Rotary typically responds when there's a disaster. And so typically, as I said, similar to how we go about identifying where the needs are, that is what response would look like in the immediate. Then continuing into the medium and the long term, because Rotary is about sustainability. It's about long term. So we don't just come in and bring food or water and that's it. We are very much interested in what happens to the lives of the people in the communities after we intervene. And that is the beauty of why persons should donate to the telethon through Rotary. Because as President Julia said, you have that system of transparency, you have that system of accountability of where the funds are spent, how the funds are spent, and we're able to go back. That's the beauty of it. We're able to go back and to see what that donation has done, how it has transformed lives. Again, let us use our very own senior citizens' home. We went in August, last August, to do the official handover. And going to the home and seeing the transformation, the joy of the residents at the home, hearing the testimonials of what it was immediately after burial, and getting a brand new home, because I can tell you, when Rotary does an initiative, it is not halfway. It is a brand new home with state-of-the-art beds, with infrastructure put in, and the citizens are very, very happy for that. So this is just one example of across the region and across the world how we have responded to disasters, the rebuilding. So it may be a home, it could be a hospital, it could be a school. And I would encourage persons to go on to our Rotary International site, www.rotary.org. And if you click on the home page, there is a tab that says Our Causes. And under that tab, you would see everything as it relates to how we have responded to disasters. And you would see it spans across the entire globe. And once there's a major disaster, Rotary steps in. We do step in.
Thank you so much, President Robertson. That was a lot of information. And as she said, folks, if you want to get some more information on how Rotary gets involved with disasters, you can go to www.rotary.org. And as she said, the homepage, Our Causes, will detail all of this information. So we have one more question for you. How can citizens and businesses here in Grenada actively participate in this mission of solidarity? We already have quite a few persons doing that, but how can others join?
Well, I think 3 simple words, right? Give, give, and give. No, seriously, we really do want to implore of our citizens, individuals, private groups, organizations to really pay forward, as President Julia said, because our initiatives, as I said, they are not halfway initiatives. They are not small projects. Yes, in the immediate, there may be several small projects, but really the bigger projects, they do cost a hefty sum. And so the more that you can give, it is the more that we can do meaningful restorative work in Jamaica. And it is important that we understand, you know, just as we experienced Ivan, if we remember those days after Ivan, that alone I think is enough for us to think of our brothers and sisters in Jamaica and why we really need to give, give, give. And there's something I live by, and I think the message I would say to our individuals tonight, our corporate bodies, we are first human. Outside of anything else, we are first human. So if we think on this principle, and if we act on this principle, I think the next natural thing to follow would be to give to the people of Jamaica.
So again, I'm making this appeal. You can call, as you see, the phone number on this television screen. It's 444, that's 1473, 444 2667. And Janice, you are the the electronic funds transfer agent. Yes, so let's get the information once again.
A lot was said about corporate social responsibility, and it's not just for the businesses, it's for
individuals as well. I know that we've maintained great relationships with the people of Jamaica in every walk of life. Our students have studied there, you yourself, Mr. Peters, and so on. So it's the Rise Jamaica Telethon. Here's how you can make your donation at the Cooperative Bank. Electronic funds transfer, that's EFT, routing number 000000233. The account name, Rotary Rise Jamaica Relief Fund. The account number 111002544. The account type is checking. And if you're one of those persons who preferred, or businesses that prefer to walk into a local branch, of course the account name is still Rotary Rise Jamaica Relief Fund. The account number 111002544.
So we are very happy to have the district governor. She was born in St. Lucia, so Janice, I have the home court advantage here because I say always boast that my mom is St. Lucian, was St. Lucian born. So welcome to Grenada.
true.
District Governor Soraya. So we have some questions for you. I will take the first one. I think it's 4 of them. We one each. And the first one is, from a district-wide perspective, how significant is this telethon for Rotary's humanitarian mission?
So, good evening, Grenada. Thank you so very much for the opportunity to be here this evening to share this occasion with the presidents of the Rotary Clubs of Grenada, in fact, Rotary Grenada at large. And so, to speak to answer your question, I mean, the significance and the importance of this telephone cannot be overstated. It's effectively a unifying force, right? And it speaks to and demonstrates the commitment of Rotary Grenada and Rotary at large to standing with our sister isle Jamaica and the affected communities at this time. this telephone is about rallying support across our Rotary district and beyond, such that we can ensure that we obtain the support, right, meaningful support that we require to support our persons and the persons in need in Jamaica.
So question number 2. Janice, over to you. Yes, we could take one in, one out. We shared it.
Oh, absolutely. So can you share how your club has responded to past disasters
And how these experiences guide this particular effort?
How our clubs have...
The club in St. Lucia.
So we, as a Rotary district, we are a well-oiled machine when it comes to managing crises. We know how to collaborate. We know how to leverage our extensive networks, our Rotary networks, to support each other, to support our communities in times of crises. So as a club, we know that in any circumstance, we are not doing this alone, right? This is Rotary supporting everyone, and this is effectively what we do as Rotary. It's about providing support, it's about mobilizing, it's about collaborating with clubs, leveraging the extensive networks that we have so that we can effectively support everyone in need. So if we're talking about a crisis within St. Lucia, we know that we are not standing alone, just as Jamaica knows that it is not standing alone. And this telethon, as I said, is literally a demonstration of that type of support that we provide, not just for clubs experiencing disasters, certainly in my hometown, but across our district and across the world. We all jump in to support. That is how Rotary functions.
That is wonderful.
Okay, so now I know we're talking about the immediate relief for Jamaica, but the other question here is, what role does the Rotary play in a long-term recovery?
Yes, and so Rotary effectively, and I think President Jennifer would have spoken to that earlier, we see ourselves as long-term partners, right? We provide support for immediate relief, but effectively we don't see ourselves as first-time responders. We see ourselves as long-term partners, getting involved in sustainability projects that assist with rebuilding infrastructure, restoring lives, rebuilding communities. That is what we see, and typically we encourage clubs to get involved in partnerships with organizations that can support these communities with education, healthcare, economic development initiatives, right? Because it's about our ongoing commitment to supporting these communities so that they can recover in instances of that type of crisis and continue to thrive. So effectively, we see ourselves as long-term partners.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for that. We do have a list of donors who have already sponsored and supported this initiative, but we want to ask you, how would you encourage corporate citizens here in Grenada, throughout the region, and individuals to give generously tonight?
Join us. Join us in our showing of solidarity and compassion. No donation is too small, and every donation, regardless of the size, helps to rebuild the communities that are affected right now. Melissa, we all know about Hurricane Melissa, a humongous storm, and we're hearing, I think, well, it's a historic storm, and certainly in terms of the destruction and the size, etc., right? So we want to encourage corporates, encourage individuals, encourage everyone listening to join us, help us to support those that have been affected. It's the humane thing to do. It's all about supporting humanity. That is what is expected of all of us.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why we're asking for your generous contribution tonight. That will go towards emergency supplies. I have a list here: medical aid, housing repairs and sustainable recovery projects. So together we can help Jamaica to rise stronger. So I think at this point in time, I'm trust that we have the folks lined up. We are supposed to be having an in-studio presentation of pledges. So I guess we're going to be taking a break at this point in time just to set it up. And I think we might be sooner or later looking for some cultural performances. I believe that Sonaika might be here at this point in time, so we ask her to stand by. So at this time, we go to a station break.
Promotions in proud collaboration with Ariza Credit Union and GBN presents Grenada's biggest flea market at Monroe's Plainfield, Saturday 21st and Sunday 22nd December, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. daily. Shop unbeatable deals on bed and curtain sets, appliances, household items, electrical and plumbing supplies, toys, Christmas decorations, clothing and shoes, perfumes and colognes, wines and drinks, and just about everything else. Plus a kids area, live entertainment, food and drink stalls. Want to be a vendor? Call 440-4646 to book your spot before they're all gone. Admission $5. 2 full days of deals and more deals. Shopping, fun and savings. Monroe's Plainfield Flea Market. Don't miss it.
Climate change is real. Storms are getting stronger and droughts are lasting longer. Are you prepared for what's ahead? At Grenada Cooperative Bank Limited, we want to help you protect your investments. Build for the future with a BFF loan. Make climate-smart upgrades and strengthen your home to withstand nature's unpredictability. Get 100% financing to build or purchase a home or make additions to your existing structure. Enjoy discounts on related loan fees and special benefits when you choose climate-resilient solutions. We are also offering financing of up to $50,000 unsecured for your home upgrades. Invest in renewable energy, energy-efficient appliances, water storage, and so much more. The time is now to ensure your investments can withstand climate change. Invest in your home, protect your family, and secure your future with a BFF loan. You have a BFF in Co-op Bank. Visit our website for more details. Terms and conditions apply.
Welcome home.
Invest with confidence.
Come one, come all, it's your time to rise. A new chance to make your future bright. You can start with 500 EC and watch your money grow securely. Go more, save it small and put it long. Now you can invest and feel strong. Save returns you can trust. ECCU retail bond for all of us. Grenada, invest a little, grow a lot. Financial freedom starts with what you got. Grenada, invest a little, grow a lot. Financial freedom starts with what you got.
For more information, visit ECCURetailBond.com. Opportunity ends in 21st November 2025.
Megaforce Promotions in proud collaboration with Ariza Credit Union and GBN presents Grenada's biggest flea market at Monroe's Plainfield, Saturday 21st and Sunday 22nd December, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. daily. Shop unbeatable deals on bed and curtain sets, appliances, household items, electrical and plumbing supplies, toys, Christmas decorations, clothing and shoes, perfumes and colognes, wines and drinks, and just about everything else. Plus a kids area, live entertainment, food and drink stalls. Want to be a vendor? Call 440-4646 to book your spot before they're all gone. Admission $5. 2 full days of deals and more deals. Shopping, fun and savings. Monroe's Plainfield Flea Market. Don't miss it.
Girl, you ain't see Robert bringing a whole set of thing there.
Where? Bonje? What at?
Girl, a solar panel.
Solar panel?
Yes. And water tank too.
Well, like Robert win a lot. Oh gosh, Val, I sure you see me.
Hey, you're too fast.
You may be wondering the same thing like Brenda and Val. It's no secret. I took a BFF loan from Co-op Bank. With this affordable financing, I'm able to build in a climate-friendly and energy-efficient way. The more climate resilient I build, the lower my interest rate. I'm building for the future, and my BFF Co-op Bank is helping me do just that.
Visit our website for more details. Terms and conditions apply.
Welcome home.
It's a busy world, and we all know the saying, time is money. Meet Candice and Oliver. They both have busy days ahead. Let's see how that goes. Candice is in a rush, off to the bank, again. Oh, looks like she didn't plan for traffic, or this long line either. Now let's check in on Oliver. His morning starts a little differently. Using his phone, Oliver makes a peer-to-peer transfer and pays his bills, all while having his morning coffee. At the store, Oliver checks his finances with online banking. Candice? Still waiting. Back to Oliver. He stops at the bank to meet his loan officer. While waiting, he schedules a payment and makes a wire transfer. Wondering about Candice? Yup, still waiting. Candice could be like Oliver if she uses Co-op Bank's e-solutions. Make your day easier with Co-op Bank's swift, simple, and secure e-banking platform. Bank on your terms, from anywhere, at any time. Click, tap, done. Banking just got easier.
Welcome home.
Okay, folks, this is a Project Ascension Rise Jamaica Telethon, and they say, is the old saying, that you got to put your money where your mouth is. We have been doing a lot of talking to try to energize folks around the Caribbean here, right here in Grenada, to donate to Jamaica. And I think there's one company now who has answered the call, and we have an in-studio presentation. It's the Managing Director of the Grenada Cooperative Bank Limited, Mr. Larry Lawrence, to make the first presentation. And I think that we're going to start adding. Janice, I think you can add a little bit better than me, so we over to
Mr. Lawrence.
To Mr. Lawrence to make his presentation from the Grenada Cooperative Bank.
On behalf of the Grenada Cooperative Bank Limited, it is indeed our pleasure to play our part as a responsible corporate citizen in making this donation to the Rotary Club of Grenada in support of the initiative for the Jamaica Relief Fund. Thank you.
Thank you.
Very welcome. Yes, thank you.
Thank you very much, GCBL. I hope that others who are looking on will do likewise. Yes, so he started the ball rolling. $25,000 is indeed a great start. People of Grenada, come on in. Thank you.
Yes, this reminds me of exciting cricket. The first ball is bowled and is 6 runs as we go. So Janice, how much should we start off with here?
Well, absolutely. And for the folks that are watching online, if you're not familiar with the EC currency, if you're in Jamaica, that is almost 10,000 US dollars, and it's certainly nothing to sneeze on.
Exactly.
So go ahead.
So folks, thank you very much. And remember here that you can make your donations, and we'll give you the numbers sooner or later. But now we're going to make a little switch before we go on to the second donation, what we're going to have here, a performer, Zorina Andel, I think she's ready, and after that we're going to have Ms. Mavis McBunny from the Republic Bank Grenada Limited to make a second installment.
To make another contribution.
Yes. Zorina, welcome.
Good night, good night. How are you? Okay. You can see me now? Yes. Good night. Good night. So this song is called Fighter. It's a song that I will have released with a few other Grenadians for the Hurricane Barrel efforts, and it is obviously fitting for Jamaica as well, and I'm hoping that the song will help with the telethon that's currently going on, and everybody can, enjoy. Yes. So we're just waiting for them to restart the song. Of course. Right, here we go. Fighting on. I'm now staring up in the sky, thinking all is lost. Why do I work so hard? What am I fighting for? It's easy to forget all the dreams and give it all up. What good would it be? No, I won't give up, and I will not stop. I will keep fighting on till my breath is gone. In times of fear, in despair, I will keep fighting on because I am a fighter, not your born fighter. I will keep fighting until it's the end. Whatever wind blows, I'm standing stronger. I will keep fighting until it's the end. Staring up in the sky, thinking all is lost. Why do I work so hard? What am I fighting for? Easy to forget all the dreams, give it all up. What good would it be? No, I won't give up, and I will not stop. I will keep fighting on till my breath is gone. In times of fear, in despair, I will keep fighting on because I am a fighter, and not your born fighter. I will keep fighting until it's the end. Whatever wind blows, I'm standing stronger. I will keep fighting until it's the end. I will keep on standing tall. I will keep on fighting on. I won't give up this fight on the troubled seas. I won't give up my life, though I feel unease. 'Cause I am a fighter, a natural born fighter. I will keep fighting until it's the end. Whatever wind blows, I'm standing stronger. I will keep fighting until it's the end. Oh, fighting on, fighting on. reach the end. Whatever wind blows, I'm standing stronger. I will keep fighting until it's the end. Thank you, everyone. I hope you guys give this little talk. Thank you.
Thank you, Zarina. Thank you for playing your part.
You know, that kind of reminds me a little bit of Elaine right there in Jamaica. And of course, she spoke about the resilience of the people of the region and the resilience of the people of Jamaica to keep fighting, not giving up. And that's why this telethon is happening tonight. But we have here with us Miss Mavis McBurney, and she's the manager of operations at the Republic Bank Grenada Limited. Is she here?
Is Miss Mavis McBurney?
Is Miss Mavis McBurney here?
She's here.
Okay, so while they grab her, I just want to remind the audience of the lineup that we have tonight. We have Miss Sonaika McKee, a well-known Grenadian songbird who's going to be performing for us tonight. And we're also expecting Mr. Jefferson Ramirez, who would be gracing us with his presence. And of course, we want to give a special shout out to the people that are locking it down there in the studio or wherever you are in Jamaica, people like Mr. Sylvan McIntyre, of course, Rotarian Mike and Miss Clarice Patterson. Big up yourself over there. And of course, thanks to all of the sponsors. We just had almost $10,000 US donated by the Cooperative Bank to start things off. And folks, now we have Miss Mavis McBurney, and she's the manager of operations at the Republic Bank Grenada Limited. So she's here to make her donation on behalf of our organization.
Thank you. Good evening to all our viewing and listening audience. I'm extremely pleased on behalf of the Board of Directors, management, and the staff of Republic Bank Grenada Limited to make this meaningful contribution to Project Ascension Rise Jamaica. Our contribution will be delivered electronically because it is priceless. We are making a financial contribution of EC $20,000. And if we put that into Jamaican dollars, it's 1.18 million Jamaican dollars. Yeah. We are extremely pleased to be able to partner with the Rotary Clubs of Grenada, and we are mindful that you are displaying your motto, service above self. Keep up the good effort, and I encourage the general public to give and give and give towards this worthy cause. Thank you.
Wonderful. Mm-hmm.
And this sign actually represents our Power to Make a Difference program. And you see the lovely heart being displayed because we support Jamaica and we love Jamaica. Thank you.
So, Julia, are we responding?
Thank you, Republic Bank. We are indeed very pleased with your donation. How much million Jamaican? 1.18 million Grenadians. Have you heard that?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
So we're calling on you to reach within. We thank Republic for their donation, which will certainly go a long way tonight towards the total that we were hoping to build, and we want it to grow. So we're at this point, we've had 45,000 EC. That's 2-point-something million. Yeah? So Grenadians, please, we're calling on you. Calling that number that we have on screen, 1473444-COOP, and make your donation. Reach within and embrace humanity. Let us unite for good this evening as we look to help Jamaica rise.
Thank you. Thank you.
And Mr. Peters, I just want to reiterate here that no amount is too small. So for the persons who are locked on to GBN tonight, it is an opportunity to pull out that debit card.
Yes.
Pull out that debit card and $5, $10. You see how a little bit of EC dollars is a lot of Jamaican money. Yeah. So no amount is too small. $10, whatever you can, a little bit. One cocoa full basket.
I do agree.
And
we are known for our generosity. So we're looking forward. So much we have here now? 45,000?
45,000 EC dollars.
Okay.
And counting.
Okay.
So we have Miss Sonaika McKee with us, and she is going to deliver some good music for us tonight.
I look forward to hearing Sonaika.
So share the live, folks. Share it.
Yes.
Of course.
Good night, everyone. You guys can hear me. I'm very happy to be a part of this, this whole worthy cause. The songs that I'm going to do are two of my original songs, and that's Fly and Battlefield. Can you put on the mic for me?
Of them all, even when my faith is shaken, I'll still stand tall. There ain't no mountains too hard to climb, even when my wings are broken, I'll still get fly. I'll still get fly. Among the giants, I may seem small, but what they don't know about me, I defeat them all. I'm mighty and powerful, I am unstoppable, a force to be reckoned with. You are a winner, you can fly. Yeah, you can fly. Yes, you can fly. So don't hold back and give all that you got. It's your time to shine and give all that's inside. No, don't hold back and give all that you got. It's your time to shine and give all that's inside. Oh, you can fly. Yeah, you can fly. Oh, you can fly. I'm one of the greatest of them all. Even when my faith is shaking, I'll still stand tall. Even when my faith is shaking.
Thank you. Now this next song is Battlefield, so here goes.
If this isn't faith, then what
said, I don't wanna be left on this battlefield, spinning around with nowhere to go. Invisible, that's the way I feel. Try to explain, but no one thinks it's real. So I carried on and played some more. Then I heard a voice saying, please don't give in, not today. I carry you through this pain on this battlefield. I know that you're tired, my child, but I'm here, trust in me. I'll be your armor and shield on this battlefield. This battlefield. This battlefield. A single mother trying to make a way. Yeah, you think that it's easy. Try to film a place, trying to keep it together under this pretty face. I thought I was dying in the emergency room. My heart's out of control. What am I to do? The thought of my daughter slowly fade away. Then I heard a voice saying, please don't give in, not today. I carry you through this pain on this battlefield. I know that you're tired, my child, but I'm here, trust in me. I'll be your armor and shield on this battlefield. This battlefield. This battlefield. Oh Lord, it's in my time. I don't wanna leave my daughter all behind. Stay with me. Then I heard a voice saying, please don't give in, not today. I carry you through this pain on this battlefield. I know that you're tired, my child, but I'm here, trust in me. I'll be your armor and shield on this battlefield. I know that you're tired, my child, but I'm here, trust in me. I'll be your armor and shield on this battlefield. 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 Oh, this battlefield. Thank you guys so much. I want you guys to give to support this worthy cause. All right? Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, Sunaika.
Yeah, she didn't disappoint at all, and I'm pretty sure that in Jamaica it certainly feels like a battlefield out there. It can feel as a battlefield, you know?
Most definitely, and that's what the cause, that's what we're here for. So we're going to go to a break, and then from after that we're going to head straight to Jamaica. We have two Rotarians up there, they're waiting for a while, so we're going to take a break at this point in time, but just remember, folks, to give to a worthy cause, the Jamaica Relief Fund.
Running a small business can be hard. The early mornings, the long hours, the constant hustle to make every sale count. But these days, more customers carry cards, not cash. And that often means a missed sale. Not anymore. With the tap-to-phone service from Co-op Bank, you can have an easy, secure way to accept payments using only your smartphone. No terminals, no cables, no setup fees, just your phone. Now every entrepreneur, barbers, vendors, taxi operators, creatives and more can accept card payments instantly, fast, simple, and backed by Visa's trusted global network. Sign up for Tap to Phone today, because doing business just got easier.
Welcome home.
No, but let me see how I can fix. All right, so my voice is okay, so should I just use it again? Or?
Your voice is clear.
Okay,
I know they're on a break, so.
Invest with confidence.
Come one, come all, it's a time to rise. A new chance to make your future bright. You can start with 500, you see, and watch your money grow securely. No more saving small and waiting long. Now you can invest and feel strong. Safe returns you can trust. ECCU retail bond for all of us.
Cooperative Bank and the Republic Bank, and we've had some donors, and I'm gonna repeat it because I know there's a lot of people that just came online who've just tuned in. We've had donations from, of course, the Rotary Clubs of Grenada, and we've had ANSA Coating Limited, Antillian Group, Danny Williams and Company, Global Services Inc., Kim George and Associates, Mitchell and Company, established business in St. George's, Rennick and Thompson, Real Value, Spice Isle Automotive Inc., Calabash Hotel, the Grenada Development Bank, Daniel and Daniel Engineering, Sugar and Spice Ice Cream, Richard McIntyre, Netherlands Insurance, Infinity Inc., Shelter Solution. And folks, we are up to 65,000 EC dollars, and we can do much better. Folks, we can do much better. Wherever you are tuned in to the GBN Live, you can go to donate. Let me remind you of the donation links and all of that. So it's the telethon is entitled Rise Jamaica Telethon, and here's how you can make your contribution. Electronic funds transfer, that's the EFT routing number 000000233. It's the Rotary Rise Jamaica Relief Fund. The account number is 111-002544. The account type is a checking account. You can walk into the branch, just ask for the Rotary Rise Jamaica Relief Fund. Again, the account number is 111-002544. And of course, if you want to do a wire transfer, you also have this option. We have the SWIFT address as GROAGDGD. And I know this is a lot of information and you may not be able to capture it all at once, but you can always go to the GBN Facebook page, GBN Live, and you can listen to the rebroadcast and get all of this information. So you can see the website for bank information based on the currency. That is www.grenadacooperative.bank.com. All right, and that's it. So we're up to 65,000 EC dollars and counting. We can do it. Every little thing counts. We're here up until about 10 o'clock, 10:30, until 11. We're not leaving until 11, folks. We need you to dig deep. And I would like to say a special thanks to our guys from Grenlake. I see they're up there with the helping with the restoration of electricity and stuff like that. That is just so amazing. We are one Caribbean. We love the people of Jamaica, and we're happy to be here doing this under the auspices, I should say, of the Rotary Clubs, trusted entity. People feel comfortable working with Rotary, giving their money to Rotary because they know that 100% of the donations get to the people.
One Caribbean. And remember that you can call 444 2667. That's going to corporate bank. They're going to take the number and you can make your donation.
Right.
So as you just talk about Jamaica.
Yes.
So I think we are going to book our flights.
Yes. And
I don't think we got to get a visa to go to Jamaica.
I don't think
we can
so
zoom across.
Exactly. So we have two people on the Zoom.
Yes, I'll allow you now here to
of course,
do the introductions. Yes.
We have Rotarian Michael Terrelonge. Don't hold me with the last name. I pronounced it the best way I could. Yes. And of course, we have our own Mr. Sylvan McIntyre, and they're on the Zoom. They're going to be joining us now.
But I think it's Terrelonge and another. There's another. I don't think Mark is there. Yes. Is Mark is there now? Is Mark and Terrelonge? Okay. All right.
Okay.
Good evening.
Yeah.
Good evening, everyone. It's good to be here with Carice Patterson from the Rotary Clubs of Jamaica.
Can you guys hear us loud and clear?
We want to say
give us a thumbs up.
Thanks to you all for putting this together. President Jennifer, President Julia, DG, Surya.
I think Mr. Peters is hearing. Oh, no.
And all your Rotarians.
Now we're hearing you. Now we're hearing you. So welcome, guys.
Thank you. Good evening.
Thank you. Thank you. Good evening.
Thank you.
How are you, Mr. McIntyre? Long time no see.
Oh, yeah, I'm fine. I'm doing good.
Oh, I see quite a number of people online. Okay, wonderful, wonderful. Well, Rotarian Mike, how are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm glad to be with you all. Thank you for what you're doing for the people of Jamaica.
It is absolutely our pleasure. I have a couple of questions for you. I just need you to describe the current conditions on the ground in Jamaica following Hurricane Melissa. Just give us an update.
Okay, the current conditions are that, a month after the hurricane struck, we're still in the existential recovery phase, just trying to make sure all communities have the basic necessities of life, like drinking water, a good shelter over their head to protect from rain, right? Their homes in place. So usually a month after a hurricane like this, we'd be far advanced. But with the impact and severity of the hurricane, we're still in the very basic stage of mopping up. We're well organized. We have many good friends like you all, right? But we're still in the very early stages of recovery.
Thank you. Thank you for that. Are you going to ask the next question?
Yes. Well, another question is that as the chair of the Rotary, Melissa, the Recovery Committee, what has been your immediate focus since the hurricane?
Okay, our immediate focus. First, let me say, as Rotary in the Caribbean, we have a long history of working together, right? And our focus on disasters has existed for decades. We meet as a Caribbean people with common disaster threats regularly. We've been meeting from before the disaster, and we are continuing to energize our clubs, assist the Rotarians in their communities who know their communities, know their particular needs, to encourage them, resource them, to help them respond. So that's where we are at currently. We're focusing basically on shelter, clean water, the food to eat, and just keeping people together. There's been also a tremendous mental shock to the people, just the severity and impact of all that has occurred.
All right,
we're resilient.
Thank you so much for that. I just want to update our listening audience and viewing audience that Mr. Ramirez, that is Jefferson, he has just come into the studio. So we want you to hang in there, hold tight. We'll be getting some amazing performances from him not too far from now. In terms of Rotarian Michael, I know earlier we asked you this question about describing the current conditions. We just had a very devastating hurricane in Carriacou not too long ago. Can you appeal to our emotions in terms of kind of giving us a walk through some of the worst case scenarios where people, to kind of get the public to understand the support and the need to contribute to this telethon? Could you expand on that very first question?
Sure. I'd be happy to relate the unfortunate situations. Just today, we had on our daily disaster call of Rotarians responding to disasters for the first time, got the ability to connect with our assistant governor who has those clubs in southwest Jamaica. He's a dynamic leader, right? Also the principal of our high school in Darliston. And he was revealed, for the first time we were able to contact him. He was just revealing the community he was in. 300 houses completely wiped out, right? The school was filled with people who are using this, have to use the school as a shelter. They were just happy to hear that somebody was interested with them. They're up in the hills of Westmoreland, off the beaten track, and just representing a whole bunch of communities in southwestern Jamaica, northwest Jamaica, that have been just absolutely shattered by the storm. People are without housing, they're without jobs, right? They're without food to eat. But resilient and fighting back and helping each other, and that's what this disaster has brought out. I think a lot in us, so our ability to care and help each other, as you are doing.
Thank you so much for that. Mm-hmm.
So how is the Rotary coordinating with the local authorities and international partners to deliver aid?
Okay, well, that's very well, I would say. Very well, we say. You know, we are Rotarians. We are professionals in our communities. We are well connected locally. So we have strong linkages with the relief aid, the government agencies. In Jamaica, we have organizations like Food for the Poor. We have the International Shelter Box, Assistant Disaster Aid, USA, many corporate sponsors. And that's what Rotary does, tries to bring the whole community together to work together for a common cause. So we have been working very closely with our partners and leveraging what we can do.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for that. How important it is for Jamaica to know that Rotary clubs across the Caribbean and beyond are standing with the Jamaican people tonight?
I think very important, and that's what's heartening for a lot of us. You know, we have seen the outpouring of support from all over the Caribbean, all over the world, and it has touched us. It encourages us. Just today I saw the SEDEMA report of a team from Barbados of soldiers coming over to help in many different ways. We have had supplies from all over the Eastern Caribbean. And I was just touched when President Jennifer and President Julia called to say, could we participate in this? And we are glad to be here with you.
Thank you so much. I think we can just remind folks that the last count we had was 65,000 EC dollars, and we're hoping we can get to the over 100,000 mark here tonight. So if you're just joining us, this is the Rise Jamaica Telethon, and the cooperative bank, that's where the account is. You can do an EFT, that's an electronic funds transfer, and you can walk into the branch. But we're going to continue with the questions. So in terms of the partnerships with corporate citizens and individuals, what role do they play in strengthening the recovery efforts in Jamaica this time?
Sure. Let me ask our erstwhile District Secretary Carice to chime in. I don't want to speak to her. She's a much better speaker than me. Carice,
really?
Help us with that.
Thank you, Mike. They play a vital role. We are a community-based organization that is filled with professionals and persons who have businesses. So what we find is that they use those businesses, that networking to assist in implementing projects, to be on the ground, to help with coordinating efforts. We have been on the ground to, provide the immediate relief that is needed. But as DG said earlier, what we do is stay for sustainable and long-term projects. And that's what we've been doing through the corporate bodies, through our sponsors, through the NGOs, the international organizations. So they play a very vital role in what we do.
Thank you so much for that.
What there also is a very strong network of Rotarians committed to disaster response around the world, right? And we're always active. It's right, and we have been able to tap on that and immediately respond. In our committees, we have Rotarians from the Eastern Caribbean. We have Rotarians from the GBI. We have Rotarians from the U.S. All very much concerned in helping, and we work together.
I think so. I noticed that you have another colleague that's there. I mean, we don't want to leave with anybody. Can we at least hear from him and get an introduction? And
I believe it's Mr. Milton Walker, and he's the group head of news, sports, and current affairs at the RJR Gleaner Communications Group in Jamaica. So, Mr. Milton, just a few words about your experience in this whole Melissa thing.
Sorry, good evening, Grenada, and first I'd like to just say thank you for your efforts to raise funds to assist the people here in Jamaica who have been affected. The damage has been very severe in the West. Essentially, Jamaica right now is an island of two halves. Approximately, there are 7 parishes are really affected by the storm. With severe damage to housing, to government buildings, to schools, to infrastructure, roads, and of course we've also lost a lot of forest cover as well. There have been 45 deaths so far that are linked to the storm. They believe that I think 9 persons are missing or unaccounted for, and those are still being investigated. Our newsroom reported on Monday that 2 men were buried shortly after the storm. They were killed in the storm. The house fell on them and they survived but died shortly after. And because there was no help coming in for the first few days, the relatives buried those bodies. The government today, after our story, highlighted that case in Westmoreland. I think it's in a place called Lennox Big Woods in eastern Westmoreland. The government sent in the forensic team and they exhumed those bodies today. We do not know if those 2 bodies were counted in the 45 or those are to be added to the total. Additionally, because we've had a lot of refuse and garbage and just junk created by the storm and a lot of still water, we have had an outbreak of leptospirosis, and so far there have been 11 deaths attributed to that illness. There are other persons who have been diagnosed or suspect to have those the leptospirosis, but they're being treated as we speak. There's still just over, I think, 1,000 persons who are in shelters in that part of the island. So the government says they hope to get them out of shelters within the next couple of weeks. A lot of schools are being or were used as shelters, and many were badly damaged by the hurricane. There's one in Hanover in a place called Ashkanish that I visited a week and a half ago. And Ashkanish Primary School was damaged. In fact, it can't be used for school. They're trying to make arrangements with one of the local churches to use their hall for classes. And there are 5 men still living in, old men, These were men who were, small subsistence farmers, and their houses were just blown down. They're more than likely were wooden houses, and they are still living in that school. And that is a huge symbol of the challenge that the country, the government faces in finding accommodation for tens of thousands of persons who just lost their homes. They have nowhere to live. There are some persons who have been rebuilding using lumber from the dwellings that were blown down and knocking them together using reusing sheets of zinc, and essentially just setting themselves up for a similar problem if we have a storm next year or whenever. But these people can't do better, and it's been slow. The government is doing assessments, but what we've not had is a wholesale, and I don't think we certainly have enough tents to get to these areas for people to live in. There's some persons, of course, are staying with relatives, with friends. Some have moved to other parishes to get shelter. But there are some persons who are living in their cars. They're living in parts of the building that, didn't crumble. They're living on the tarpaulin and so on, and some living among the rubble. There are some houses which are being built in these communities, concrete dwelling with a concrete slab roof. Maybe, somebody who's abroad and their families are, they're building this house. And in the Caribbean, we build a house over years. And so it has a roof, it may not have windows, but persons have just gone in and taken refuge in some of those dwellings. So that's really the challenge. We've also had significant damage to 4 hospitals. The Black River Hospital is badly damaged. I think the Prime Minister did use the word destroyed. The Sablamar Hospital in Westmoreland, Black River is in St. Elizabeth, by the way. The Westmoreland Hospital, the Sablamar General Hospital, that's badly damaged. The Noel Holmes Hospital in Lucy in Hanover, that's also been badly damaged. And the Falmouth General Hospital in Trelawney was also badly damaged. In fact, they've set up a field hospital on the compound of the Falmouth General Hospital. All those hospitals, except the Sablamar General, are right on the coastline. You step outside, you cross the road, and you're in the sea. That's so close there, and that's been part of the reason why the damage was so severe for those facilities. There's a field hospital also at Black River, and there's a field clinic in eastern Westmoreland. In many of these parishes, the primary health care is also badly impacted because many of the clinics were also damaged. And of course, staff have been affected because they lost their homes and, they can't go. They lost everything, lost their clothing and so on. So those services are slowly being brought back on stream. What you've had is volunteer doctors and nurses going into these regions. And of course, foreign aid doctors, Médecins Sans Frontières, Doctors Without Borders, they have a team here working in that area. We've also had a team from Israel as well, and one from Spain to help in those areas. Then you have the police stations. The police stations, a number of them have been damaged, some very bad, and the ones that were built primarily in the 20th or 19th century rather, are the ones that were badly damaged. The government actually has a program for the last 10 years to rebuild and renovate police stations across the island. And they've done well over, I think, 100, but there's still a few that have not been touched yet. And many of those were damaged, and I think a couple may have been really, really badly damaged. And these are small stations generally in like a rural area, built like in the 1870s or, 1850s. Then you have courthouses. There's some courthouses which have been damaged. The Black River courthouse is no more. That building is just destroyed. It was a historic building. And The one in Sab, I think it had roof damage, and roof damage has been the main challenge with those facilities and the police stations. Then you have the schools. I think the latest figure we have was that up until the school update that we got today at the briefing this morning was that 845 schools are up and running, and there are some schools in the really bad affected areas. They're allowing grades 11 to 13 only, so the lower forms are still not back up yet. But a lot of schools have been badly damaged, and there's some schools that have been going to be put on a shift system temporarily in order to accommodate the students. One I know, for example, the St. Elizabeth Technical High School in St. Elizabeth in Santa Cruz. That school, the principal told me last Friday that what they're going to be doing would be allowing the grades 1 or forms, first to fourth forms, they will be attending only for 4 days, and the grades 5th form and 6th form, they will have school 5 days per week, because I think he said they lost about 12 classrooms. Those classrooms are gone. So that is a huge challenge for schools. There are some schools that are taking in students from the schools that have been badly damaged. I know, and we spoke to the principal yesterday in Fern Court, which is in Monique near Ocho. They're taking in students from about 4 schools in their parish that have been affected badly by the storm. And as a result, on Monday when the school reopened, you saw about 5 different uniforms there, because they allowed the students to wear the uniform for their schools. Some schools are also bending the rules where they've allowed students to wear a t-shirt and a pair of jeans, or a shirt and a pants, because they would have lost their uniforms in the storm. So it's a pretty grim picture. There's aid and relief coming in, but that's gonna have to be maintained, I think, at least for another, we're gone a month so far, at least for another 5 months. Because when you take, for example, the average rural family that made its living from the farm, they lost the roof or they lost their home. The home's just bits. All you see is the concrete foundation. How are they going to make or get an income to live over the next few months? So they're going to be needing the relief, the care packages, every 3-4 days or every week, depending on the size of the care packages. And they're going to need help with like clothing and the basics of life. And the students will need, of course, book supplies to get them, going. And commerce is slowly coming back to normal in those parishes, the shops, the wholesale, the hardware stores, and so on. Some petrol stations are still out in those parishes. They're coming back on stream. There's one company which I think has about 10 or a dozen mobile petrol stations that they're put out in these parishes to help motorists get petrol, because you'll be driving for miles and there's no petrol station that's open because it was destroyed or they have no electricity. On that question, at present we're, I think, at 75% electricity restored in terms of the number of customers, but in Westmoreland, most of St. Elizabeth, most of Hanover, large parts of Trelawney, particularly the south, and large parts of St. Anne, particularly in the south, and a few other areas in other parishes still do not have electricity. The power company, the Jamaica Public Service Company, has indicated to the government that they need to raise some funds in order for the restoration to be done quickly. The government wants everybody to, or 95, I think, percent of the population to get back electricity by the end of January. The JPS is saying without that funding for them to pump more resources and hire more people in, they won't be able to get full restoration till about May. And the government is adamant. The energy minister was in parliament and said the JPS wants to borrow $150 million US, and their license expires in 2 years, and the government has signaled that it's unlikely to renew it. The JPS said to the government, well, for us to be able to raise funds, we're going to have a guarantee that we're going to be in business in 2 years, beyond 2 years' time. So the government, instead of extending the license, what they've said, they're going to lend them the $150 million. And if they unable to pay it, then they'll convert that to equity and essentially, be part of a nationalization program, if you may describe it as such. The power company also said they're going to be raising an additional $200 million. I think they'll do that on their own. I get the impression they have secured that funding, but we don't know. The opposition, of course, wants clarity. They want more information. For example, what interest rate they'll be lending the $150 million to, what are the terms, and so on. And that information was not forthcoming. The energy minister says the Ministry of Finance or the Minister of Finance will reveal that in the coming days. So that, as far as power restoration is concerned. Now, hand in hand with power restoration is water. Much of the National Water Commission's plants are powered by electricity. There are a couple that are solar, and with power being out in many of these areas, there's been a challenge in pumping water. So the NWC has been able to restore water by activating generators or putting in generators for some of the larger and critical pumping stations, so that persons can get water even if they do not have electricity. Finally, the key facilities, the hospitals and key government buildings, and of course the 3 international airports, all got power back, within a couple days. I think within a week for all the hospitals, or they made provisions for them. So things are creeping back to normal, but I think as Mr. Terrelong had said, that it's going to be a long road. There's still going to be need for a lot of relief first, and then of course the reconstruction. Again, I know I did say finally, but one on housing, the government has said it's going to bring in 5,000 container homes. I think they're also procuring, or they've gotten some tents. And of course, the tents will be a temporary solution. The container homes are kind of semi-permanent facility. They're certainly far more durable than tents. And there's some that are built to withstand a Category 5 hurricane. We do not know which ones they're bringing in. They've not been clear, definitive.
So Brother Walker, can you hear me?
Yes,
so
I can.
Unfortunately, we will have to cut you here. We want to thank you very much for the information, because we have several other folks to present, but we really want to thank you very much. And I think there's just one final question that we just want to ask Mr. Terrelong. You say, what message of hope would you like to send to the Jamaicans watching this telethon? So just take a minute or two, and then we'll wrap up from Jamaica, because we have to go to our own Sylvan McIntyre. So thank you very much. Is there any message of hope you would like to send to the Jamaicans?
Sure. We are people of great hope. Caribbean people are resilient. We have been through hard times. This is an extremely tough time, but we have a lots of hope, and we're resilient, and we feel so good to have family like you all in Grenada, helping and encouraging us on. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And Janice, I'm happy to say that based on the report coming in from the command center at Co-op Bank, that the Grenadians, that they are contributing.
They are.
Coming in, we're going to give a figure at the end.
Yeah, man.
And we want to keep and ask the Grenadians to continue donating to this worthy cause.
Yes. Well, we have Mr. Sylvan McIntyre, who is out there in Jamaica as well. And he's no stranger. Are you in Jamaica, Mr. McIntyre, or are you here?
No, I'm in Jamaica.
Okay, I didn't want to misspeak. And I know you're no stranger to these kinds of hurricane disaster. I just remember some of the things we experienced here in Grenada after Ivan. You know, after the hurricanes, you have the extreme heat, follows by a lot of rainfall. We just saw some the graphic details by Mr. Walker. Great reporting. Thank you so much for that. I think this has painted a really good picture of where we're at, and the appeal continue, folks. The donations are coming in. There is a number on the screen, 444-2667. And instead of going the sort of question by question thing,
Jefferson's ready, yeah? So, Sylvan, can we just ask, because we need to hear from you, but Jefferson is here, Jefferson has to run off, but so I would think we will allow Jefferson to perform, but before Jefferson has performed, we have to hear from Julia. I think we should make an announcement. No announcement again. So we go to Sylvan and then Jefferson. Okay, so all right, so Sylvan.
Right. So I was going to say that that's okay. That's perfectly okay, because we're working with a schedule here. But in the interest of time, because we're wrapping up at the top of the hour, 11 o'clock, we're just going to ask Mr. McIntyre to just speak freely. Bearing in mind, like I say, we have a filled schedule. We're due to wrap up at 11. Take your time, but look for the cue. But we just want you to speak freely about what's happening in Jamaica and what your contribution has been from a CDIMA perspective.
Okay, good. Thank you very much. Let me first say good night and congratulations. And Jamaica, my empathy with you. And that's a noble initiative for Grenada to be able to contribute. And I'm happy that we are allowing people who want to give, who want to feel part of a process, that we are giving them an opportunity so to do. Thank you as well for the opportunity to be able to express myself. And let me just state that the amount that I have to say, we probably need to extend the program. We have to do this again because the amount we are going to raise tonight, the amount of information that we can give, would not be sufficient for the people of Jamaica, I think. So consider expanding on the program. Let us do another $100,000 maybe sometime next week or later on in the week. Okay, so good. From my perspective here in Jamaica, I just want to say the presenters, before I really laid the context in terms of what has happened and where it is at this moment. And having had first-hand experience, as a matter of fact, I did over 400 miles just a while ago, covering some areas from St. Elizabeth. I did Westmoreland, came to Trelawney and a few places this afternoon. And it was to give us a first-hand experience, re-experience in terms of the coordination of the support that is offered and is continuing to pour in here to Jamaica. Let me just put this a little bit in context in terms of what people should understand exists or has happened in Jamaica. The speaker before me did give a total breakdown. But for those of you who've experienced Hurricane Ivan, you're seeing part of Jamaica. For those of you from Carriacou and Petit Martinique who've experienced Beryl, you've seen an aspect of Jamaica. For those of you who've experienced the BVI in 2017, you've seen Jamaica. For those of you who've seen the impact of Dorian in the Bahamas in 2019, you've also seen Jamaica. In essence, the magnitude of the impact on Jamaica could be equated to about 6 or 7 islands or territories of the smaller islands of the Caribbean. And that's just the reality of the situation. There's just over just about 700,000 people who have been directly affected by this beyond Category 5 hurricane. And what you're seeing there is some water. That's not a natural lake, actually. It was created by the overflow from the sea coming into Queen Elizabeth Black River, to be exact. But if we look at the impact that the hurricane categories 3 had on Grenada, category 4 on Beira in Carriacou and Petit Martinique. And Grenada's population is just over 100,000. And we are looking at, in some cases, it is referred to as the Big 5 and the Big 6, meaning the parishes out of, I think they got about 14 or 24 parishes in Jamaica that are makes up all of Jamaica. And you have 5 or 6 of them that have been severely impacted, amounting to over 700,000 people. That in itself is an extensive way of really bringing the reality as to what actually happened on ground. The relief so far has been quite generous, and it was well established in terms of what the Jamaica people would have preferred. I want to say this point that Jamaicans have expressed the true Jamaican spirit, the ability, the tenacity to rise. I have seen the resilience. I've seen the rise against spirit in Jamaicans. And I've seen also those who, in many cases, have not been able to help themselves and because of the impact, traumatized in some different way, cannot tell you what time of the day it is. And so this initiative in terms of giving an opportunity to contribute to this cause cannot be over commended.
Thank you so much for that. I have a question that I want to ask you, and you can keep it short, about national security. What is the impact on national security? Do people feel safe in this environment right now?
As a matter of fact, the JCF, the Jamaica Constabulary Force, they have been sitting at the national EOC and reporting every day, basically. And not surprising, the security system as it stands now, I can say is stable. As a matter of fact, I personally asked what was the national status in terms of security threats, etc. But the Jamaica Defense Force and the Jamaica Constabulary Force and the Jamaica Fire Brigade, they have been in the numbers across the island and they have been doing human service to the cause. Hats off to the JDF. They have been doing the corners, the miles, the hills, the valleys, and they have been supporting the national cause tremendously. So that in itself may have had an impact in terms of their presence across country, may have resulted in the low levels of crimes that are likely to be committed. There have been some occurrences, reports from around some of the shelters. Most of them could not be substantiated. The reports made, and when police goes to those shelters, there isn't really anything to talk about. So there has not been many serious reports coming across since the impact of the hurricane itself.
So Mark, thank you very much. We're most proud of you for doing your part on behalf of Grenada. I will let you know that folks are contributing, and keep us posted, and stay safe and keep the Grenada flag flying high. So thank you very much. I hope you're going to stay online because Jefferson is about to perform. You're going to get a slice of Grenada, your own countryman. So thank you again, once again.
Thank you.
I think there is one announcement that has to be made by Julia.
So, I just want to announce to the general public that we have been asking our Grenadians to contribute all night long, and Rotary always leads by example. We didn't want to say it too early because we wanted to make sure that, you know, everyone really contributes to the cause. But before we get into the last segment, we just want the people of Grenada to know that we have also done our part here in Grenada. And we want you to know that on behalf of the two clubs, the Rotary clubs in Grenada, we have so far, and I said so far, tonight is just the beginning. This is an opener. We have so far contributed $15,000 towards the telethon, towards the effort. So we just want to say that we lead by example, and And we want to encourage you, as we get into the last segment, please call into the call center, make your pledges. And for those of you who do not wish to call, the numbers are on the screen in terms of the EFT payments, making your wire transfers, because we just heard from the folks in Jamaica, and I think they vividly painted an awesome picture, so we have an appreciation of what the reality is on the ground. So we just want to say thank you, before we get into that final segment. And the Rotary Clubs in Grenada, we appreciate you, and we will continue the cause for Jamaica.
Certainly. So you have heard the reports out of Jamaica. There is a dire need. We're doing our bit. Grenadians, dig deep. Dig deep. Keep the calls coming in. We know the calls are coming in, and we truly appreciate those who have donated thus far. And we ask you to continue calling and donating. Thank you.
So at this time, I guess we're going to have a son of the soil. Mr. Jefferson Ramirez, thank you very much for coming on, Jefferson, and playing your part in this wonderful.
Greetings, everybody. Good evening. For everybody locked on, watching and donating and calling. We're here, standing strong with all Jamaican people. Big up my Jamaican friends and family. We know, Grenadians know all about disaster. We know about hurricanes, but we also know about resilience. We also know about coming back and bouncing back. So this is my first song. It's called Good for the Soul. It's an original piece. It's big on mental health. Let's go.
I wanna take a ride up to the country, just me and nobody. Lay up underneath the palm trees and take some time alone. Oh yes, oh then I'm gonna find me a party to dance like I'm going crazy. Pop some bottles, drinks for the whole team. See their hands up in the air, hands up everywhere. See, I just wanna feel better, 'cause I've been under so much pressure. Found myself in places dark and cold. Now I only wanna find them things way good for the soul. Good for the soul. So I know I got to get my mental healthy, make plenty money, and keep myself so happy. Only wanna find them things way good for me, but my nobody. Now make people stress me. Let go of them things way heavy. Only wanna find them things way good for the soul. See, I've been wasting my time listening to the noise in my mind. I've got to switch up the vibes and just stay mellow. I've been getting too high. My brethren them say I'm fine. Gotta take control of my life. I just wanna feel better, 'cause I've been under so much pressure. Oh, life is not the same thing I've been told. But now I gotta make time for the things way good for the soul. Good for my soul. So I know I got to get my mental healthy, make plenty money, and keep myself so happy. Only wanna find them things way good for me, but my nobody. And now make people stress me. Let go of them things way heavy. Yes. So keep making those calls, guys. Come on now. Oh, we go dance a little bit wherever you are. Keep making those calls and donate to the people of Jamaica. Yeah. See, I just wanna feel better. Oh, 'cause I've been under so much pressure. Life is not the same thing I've been told. Now I gotta make time for the things way good for the soul. Good for my soul. So I know I've got to get my mental healthy, make plenty money, and keep myself so happy. Only wanna find them things way good for me, but my nobody. Now make people stress me. Let go of them things way heavy. Oh, yes. So, yes. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, man. Thank you. Thank you very much. Oh, we have to hit them with something Jamaican. It's what I live my life by. It says, don't worry about a thing, because every little thing was gonna be all right. Let's go. All right now. All right now. Oh, see, don't worry no about a thing. You know why? Because people in the studio ain't singing with me. Come on, you gotta sing with me. Come on now, let's go. Say you don't worry about a thing, no, yes. Oh, why? Because every little thing is gonna be alright, yes. See, I woke up this morning, smile with the rising sun. 3 little birds sit by my doorstep, yeah, singing sweet songs, melodies pure and true. And they were singing, this is my message to you. Y'all sing it, everybody. Sing it, don't worry, no, about a thing. Oh, see, don't worry about a thing now. It's gonna be alright. I'll say you don't worry. Oh, see, don't worry about a thing now. It's gonna be alright. Sing it on. She woke up this morning, smiled with the rising sun. 3 little birds sit by my doorstep, oh, singing sweet songs of melodies pure and true. And they were singing, this is my message to you, yeah. Ooh, oh, say you don't worry, oh, no. Oh, see, don't worry about a thing now. It's gonna be alright. Oh, say you don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Jefferson, artist from Grenada. We are standing with you, Jamaica. Much love. Big up the Rotary Club, both clubs of Grenada. Much love. Thanks for having me. It's gonna be alright. Don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright. Yes. Thank you.
Jefferson. Thank you very much, bro. That was awesome. I like the combination of the Grenadian original and then the Jamaican one. So I think our next 2 guests will be past President John Williams and the Honorary Consul for Jamaica, my brother and my friend, Tim Byam. But at this time, we're going to take a break, and when we come back, we'll have these 2 gentlemen to be our last guests.
Brenda, girl, you ain't see Robert bringing a whole set of thing there.
Where? Bonje? What at?
Girl, a solar panel.
Solar panel?
Yes. And what a time too.
Well, like Robert win a lot. Oh gosh, Val, I sure you see me.
Hey,
You're too fast.
You may be wondering the same thing like Brenda and Val. It's no secret. I took a BFF loan from Co-op Bank. With this affordable financing, I'm able to build in a climate-friendly and energy-efficient way. The more climate resilient I build, the lower my interest rate. I'm building for the future, and my BFF Co-op Bank is helping me do just that.
Visit our website for more details. Terms and conditions apply.
Welcome home.
Invest with confidence.
Come one, come all, it's your time to rise. A new chance to make your future bright. You can start with 500 EC and watch your money grow securely. No more saving small and waiting long. Now you can invest and feel strong. Safe returns you can trust. ECCU retail bond for all of us. Grenada, invest a little, grow a lot. Financial freedom starts with what you got. Grenada, invest a little, grow a lot. Financial freedom starts with what you got.
For more information, visit ECCURetailBond.com. Opportunity ends in 21st November 2025.
So folks, we are now down to the last segment, but before we introduce our last two guests, Janice, do we have any report from Master Control as to the amount we have received thus far?
I am so excited. The Grenadian population, they are responding. The people in the diaspora, they are responding. We just want to remind you that the number is on the screen. The call center is busy. In fact, we are up to 80,000 EC dollars. Man, let's give ourselves a round of applause. 80,000. In fact, I just got a text message from someone that pledged $100 on the phone. And don't forget, folks out there, that you have the option of walking into the bank opening day tomorrow and tell them you want to put some money for Jamaica. I think all the people in the bank know it. If you don't remember all the fancy stuff, we want to put some money for Jamaica. That's what you're going to say. So all the folks in the diaspora, I hope you're tuning in. No amount is too little. Make that pledge. We're up to 80,000 and going.
Janice, I like the culturally relevant statement, girl. I want to put some money for Jamaica. So, as the countdown time, we have our last two guests. My brother and friend, Tim Byam, who's honorary consul for Jamaica, and our past president, John Williams. They are here to do the final wrapping up. So I guess, Tim, you would like to share with us, what's your responsibility here, and speak towards the cause, and also John?
Yes. First of all, let me, on behalf of the government and the people of Jamaica, I wish to thank the Rotary Club of Grenada for their efforts in raising the funds to make life a little easier for the Jamaicans. I have been in Jamaica for like 31 years. I came back to Grenada in the year 2000, but I'm very familiar with the terrain and the country of Jamaica. One of the worrying things about that hurricane, now Jamaica is a limestone country, and it has a lot of underground water. Wow. And sometimes you would hear about, there were some years ago, back in 1969, I think it was, where you had a heavy rainfall. And there was a town, New Market, that was underwater for something like 6 months. And you do have areas that have what you may call mini lakes around the island. And that's a kind of worrying thing. With the hurricane sitting for so long south of the island, because I'm sure you can recall that the swirling of the wind and the waves south of the island would have caused an underground erosion, probably like a kind of trench. This is my thinking and belief. And I believe that it can impact the island, maybe not immediately, but severely, because what I think in my own logical way of thinking is that with that trench under the sea that has been created by the swirling of the waters, because remember that hurricane was moving very slow, and it would have created a lot of damage underwater, and before it, as it impacted the land, it would have weakened the, and because it's limestone again, it would have weakened the land, and then maybe in future we may begin to see landslides and stuff and sinkholes just appearing without warning. So I think the Jamaicans have to be aware of this. I believe they have to really look to see where they can rebuild safely and not just build any and everywhere. I think they have to do some more studies and drilling and probing and understanding, because Jamaica is a land of wood and water. That's it. And there's a lot of underground water in Jamaica. So, but this is not to dampen the spirit of the whole thing, but I think we need to be aware of it. And in my own way of thinking, I think it's logical that it's going to have an impact maybe sometime in future. You know, we may just see sinkholes appearing and that kind of thing. So, you know, but I wish to thank you once again, and we can have a discussion going.
PP John?
Okay, good evening, everyone. It's really tremendous to be here. This very, very special occasion. Hard to imagine a few days ago, you know, this would have been unthinkable. A few days ago, it was discussed by both President Julia and President Jennifer, the idea of a telethon. And it's hard to imagine here we are, actually doing it. That tells you about the strength of Rotary. That tells you about commitment. That tells you about the esprit de corps, the camaraderie. Because it wasn't as if we had a long time. They thought about the situation in Jamaica. Everyone talked about it. The seriousness, the destruction. And because we've had 3 hurricanes ourselves, Ivan, Emily, and Beryl, although Emily wasn't so bad. But the idea of knowing what was going on in Jamaica, and when we saw the destruction, Category 5, we had, I believe, Category 4, or 3 or 4, but Category 5, the thought of that alone would frighten anybody. But it's great to see that both clubs decided to come together. Let us do something. We've helped in the past. This is our 4th telethon. We helped Guyana. We were involved with St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and also Dominica. And this obviously will have been the fourth of telethon that the Rotary Clubs of Grenada will have acted upon. So it's tremendous to see where we are right now. And I give kudos as the Disaster Relief Committee Chair to see what has been achieved. And so far as we listen to the reports coming in from the contributions, and we've listened to our brothers and sisters over in Jamaica, it speaks to the fact that Rotary not just being a credible, well-established, well-organized institution, it is one that can reach beyond. The strength of Rotary is phenomenal. And to see what we have achieved, or what has been achieved tonight by both clubs, and of course we're happy this evening to have our district governor with us to be able to share and to partake in what we are now doing. So I needed to just make mention of that and say, a few days ago there was nothing, and today here we are. This wonderful, well-organized, well-engined, well-put-together event by both clubs. So as the chair of the Disaster Relief Committee, I'd like to say kudos to both of you and to the rest of the team, everyone who has worked together from the day it was announced. Let us do something for Jamaica. It was all systems are go. Phone calls, letters, communication, collaboration, connectivity, maybe sleepless nights for many, I'm sure, and the ideas of, has it been done? When are we going to get it done? But we believed in what we were doing, and I'm happy to say that it's great. It is tremendous that the Rotary clubs, and by extension Rotary, has yet proven it has the ability, the connectivity, the fact that it has 1.5 million members, businessmen, professionals, community leaders, to make things happen. Rotary make things happen. Things that for many of us would be unbelievable, unthinkable. Rotary can reach in areas and parts that other organizations or even country government wouldn't dare attempt, because of the connection that Rotary has, not just within the Rotary world, but with the agencies, the other established, credible, well-organized agencies to get things done. Because we don't just get things done by ourselves. Well, obviously, we rely heavily on other entities and other agencies, and you will have heard both presidents and the district governor alluded to that. Everything we do is with and in collaboration with. Some of the things we are able to do by ourselves, but invariably Rotary is one that knows how to connect. It's credible, and people are able to reach out to Rotary. And today we're happy that we can reach out to our brothers and sisters in Jamaica. We've been there. We felt the pain. We know all about destruction. We know all about going to bed today and tomorrow waking up without a home.
Without a bed.
Or without a bed. No property. It is unbelievable. So we want the people, our brothers and sisters in Jamaica, to realize we are there for you. Yes, that is what Rotary is all about. And for the district, and we're happy to have a district governor here with us, the district governor and the district governors will make sure that whatever money is raised, and I want to assure the public tonight, whatever monies are raised, it will get to its destination as quickly as humanly possible. There will be no red tapes, there will be no admin fees, there will be no let's wait and see what's going to take place. It will be done through the mechanism that we have in Rotary, through the district and the district governors and the district disaster coordinators to ensure that all of the monies that are raised this evening will be well spent and well dealt with. So, when I say well done, kudos to the clubs, both presidents, district governor, for a job well done. And we look forward to you, Grenada, continue giving. Keep giving until it hurts. And we want to say thank you for your contribution thus far. I thank you.
Can I ask, is there an anticipated cutoff point where you may say that you have achieved a certain goal, or do you have that goal set before you start raising funds?
Right. Well, we're looking at a window of 1 week. Mm-hmm. We don't want to, we know Christmas is coming on and lots of people will have financial commitments, but we want to encourage people, you know, today, as the president said, it's a kickoff, it's a start, but a window of 1 week, we would like to think that people will be able to give and keep giving. If it comes, we will take it. We just suggested that. But I'm saying we haven't got a particular cut-off point, but we're encouraging the funds to come in as quickly as possible to help us to get the funds over to Jamaica.
And I was thinking that it's probably better at this point to donate funds, because I know there might be quite a lot of people who would like to donate, like items.
Right, understood.
And the logistics of getting the items to Jamaica can be very difficult.
Very challenging.
I think,
very challenging.
You know, like I think it can be done through NAGMA, where people can donate like clothing and so on, and when they have enough to fill a container to ship out. But the logistics, because we don't have a direct connection. You know?
Yeah. But we give it asking for cash. Right now we understand, so keep giving, and we appreciate your giving.
And on behalf of the government and people of Jamaica, we very much appreciate your efforts, and we'll encourage you to have another telethon very soon.
Of course.
Yes. So thank you, Brother Tim. Thank you, Brother John Williams. It has been a pleasure with you guys taking off your time to...
I thought we were friends. You didn't mention me.
That's my next door
I understand.
It's my next door neighbor. So Janice, as it's just 10 more minutes to go, is there any information from the command center?
Well, basically, I just want to use the opportunity again to thank our sponsors. I have so many notes here that I think the list of sponsors kind of got buried under one of those things. But I'll find it. But so we're still continuing. We are closing off at approximately 11 o'clock.
Yes.
And we just have a few more minutes.
And we're asking folks, listen, remember to contribute, and the number is on the screen, 444-2667.
Yep, we're approaching the finishing line, and so if you're just joining us, people, you might be just joining us. If you're online in the diaspora, you're right here in Grenada. The last announcement we made, we were at over $80,000, and that is for Jamaica. So the last dash to the finish line. If you haven't done that as yet, we have a call center. People are there. Just dial 444. Make your donation.
2667.
2667. You can do that right now. No amount is too little. When we had our disasters here in Grenada and Carriacou, the Jamaicans, they showed up and they showed out. So we are returning the favors. Hurricanes are unpredictable. In fact, they're becoming more volatile, and their frequency is also increasing. So we have to bear that in mind as we try to help our brothers and sisters. As we're about to wrap up, again, I just want to give some credit to the Rotary Clubs of Grenada. They have contributed $15,000 tonight. Answer Coatings Limited and Telian Group, Danny William and Company, Global Services Inc., Grenada Cooperative Bank donating 25,000 EC dollars, the Republic Bank donating 20,000, Thompson, Kim George and Associates, Mitchell and Company, established business in St. George's that wanted to donate privately. Rennick and Thompson, Real Value, Spice Isle Automotive Inc., Calabash Hotel, the Grenada Development Bank, Daniel and Daniel Engineering, Sugar and Spice Ice Cream, Richard McIntyre, Netherlands Insurance, Infinity Inc., Shelter Solutions, and for all you wonderful people, the individuals who are all over this globe contributing to this worthy cause, to the people of Rotary, our presidents that are present, that are here, our governor that is here tonight, all of the folks, Mr. Urias Peters, our host, and it was just an amazing thing. We have another 5 minutes. You still can contribute. It's not too late. It's really not too late. It's just a few minutes. We were hoping to have a performance by an individual, but did you get cold feet?
No, but I wonder if I could get the guitar and do it here. Will it be done there?
Well, why not? Maybe we can have someone bring the guitar over. Yeah.
And Janice, for being doing such a wonderful job. This is going to be.
Yes. Oh no, grab the guitar and bring it over here.
Yep.
And we'll be blessed by some strings.
Well, you have been such a great help, a great co-host.
Oh dear me.
This is the reason why I'm so happy that you accepted.
Yeah, man. Whenever I'm called on, I always try to help in whatever way I can. Mm-hmm.
So for the folks who don't know that I studied in Jamaica in the mid-80s, my cultural seed has been sown here in Grenada, but the fruits and the branches and the leaves, they were developed in Jamaica. I have to give Jamaica full thanks. So I'd just like to share just one verse of a poem and maybe a verse or two of a song of the same name, the Song of the Banana Man. That was the first poem that I actually learned, as far as I can remember. Do you know that poem, Janice?
By
Ivan Jones
of
Jamaica.
Of the, say it again.
It's a poem called the Song of the Banana Man.
Oh, the Song of the Banana Man.
And then there's also a song called Song of the Banana Man also.
Right.
Where they call it Deo, a song.
Yeah, I know that
one. So do you know the Song of the Banana Man?
Is it the same Deo?
No.
Oh no, I don't know the song of the...
Because banana in the past was the king of the crops in the Caribbean.
Right.
And the Jamaican banana farmers, they were very, very proud people.
Right.
And one guy, he was in the market, and this white man came up to him and says, the guy is giving the report, who says, tourist white man wiping him face, met me in Golden Grove marketplace. So he look at my old clothes, brown with stain, and soak right through with the Portland rain. And he cast his eyes and he turned up his nose and he said, you're a beggar man, I suppose. He said, why you don't get some occupation? Be of value to your nation. And I say, by God and his big right hand, you should recognize
a banana man.
That's the pride of the Jamaican man. That's the one song. This is a very popular song also. I think the song was composed around the same time. I think it's from an old Jamaican folk song, and the writer Owen Burgee from Barbados, he added some lyrics and some rearrangement, and Harry Belafonte made this song, very popular song, international. So what you guys have to respond as we close off is you can sing Daylight come and me want go home. I said day-oh, me said day-oh, when you sing Daylight come and me want go home. I said day-oh, me said day, me said day, me said day, me said day, me said day-oh, when you sing Daylight come and me I say I work all night and I drink a rum. Daylight come and stack banana till the morning come. Daylight come and day-oh, say daylight come and day-oh, daylight come and say come Mr. Tallyman, tally me banana. Come, Mr. Tallyman, tally me banana. 6 and 7 and 8 and bunch. Daylight 7 hand, 8 hand bunch. Daylight come and we want home. I said day, oh, yes. Daylight come and we want home. Day, oh, daylight come and we want home. A beautiful bunch of ripe banana. Daylight come and we want home. Haiti deadly black tarantula. Daylight come and we want home. Say day, oh, daylight come and we want home. Day, oh, daylight come and we want home. Say day, me 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 say day. And we sing, daylight come and we want home. This is taking us up to 1 minute before 11 o'clock. Are you ladies need to say anything before we leave? I think there's a final number that we have at this point in time, Janice.
Yes, as a matter of fact, the closing number that we have tonight is $92,000.
Wow.
Just 8,000 short of 100,000. Guys, we did amazing. Thank you all.
Thank you very much. And I know we also want to say thanks to GBN for hosting and for supporting this venture. Janice, again, thank you. You have been a wonderful co-host. Thanks to the Rotary
Thank you.
Club.
The pleasure is all mine.
And just remember here that the pledge is not over. You can go to the core bank, Janice, as I said, and ask that you want to donate some money to the Jamaica.
To the Jamaican Fund. Yes, Disaster Relief Fund.
Right.
Yes.
So, folks, good night.
Good night. Good night.
That's it.